Now, back to our exclusive investigation into the Ocean City murders. Benjamin and Erika Sifrit weren't just madly in love with each other, they were also just plain mad. Michelle Sagona is back now with more on this killer couple.
Matt, the disturbing thing is that the two may have killed again if it weren't for one of their bizarre obsessions.
The Sifrits have pulled off their first thrill kills together. The dismembered bodies have been stuffed in trash bags, their final resting place, a garbage deposit miles away. These monsters are convinced cops will never connect them to the disappearance of Jeannie Crutchley and Joshua Ford.
This is the last time they were seen alive.
And if that's not enough, Erika keeps a scrapbook of their evil handiwork, boasting they are the modern-day Bonnie and Clyde, showing off souvenirs of their crimes.
To scrapbook your life is one thing, but now she wants these victims of murder that she perpetrated to be part of her. She wears a necklace with one of the rings taken from one of the victims. It's still got blood on it. The knife she used to dismember these people is tucked in her pocket. It still has flesh and blood on it. It's one of the most horrific crimes I've ever seen, and I've seen everything.
They were certain they'd gotten away with it. They were certain they got away with murder, and they went right back to what they were normally doing, which was petty crimes, if you will, compared to what they had done.
But it's Erika's freaky fetish for Hooters memorabilia that leads to their arrest. Just as they were hightailing it out of town, the couple makes one last pit stop to break into a closed Hooters. They trip the store's silent alarm. Police rush to the scene and believe they've just caught two burglars, not two thrill killers. Erika's defense attorney, Arcangelo Tuminelli, says after Erika was caught, she flipped out at the crime scene.
When they were arrested coming out of Hooters, she became very panicky and asked the police officer for some Xanax that she said she needed that was in her pocketbook.
And that moment broke the case wide open.
So the officer is obliged, but they're going to look through the purse first. In doing so, they see 5 rounds of spent rounds of .38 ammunition, and next to that is 2 identification cards for Virginia driver's licenses for our 2 missing people.
Your 2 missing people.
Yeah.
So at this point,
At that point, the hair stands up on the back of your neck. In the car with the flex cuffs was gloves and masks.
If it wasn't for that moment he saw those licenses, he remembered the photos, he remembered the lookout, and he knew it was the missing people.
And this is Joshua Ford's ring.
You can see it in the police photograph of her sitting there on the curb, is that knife. On her neck is that ring.
If it hadn't been for the missing persons flyers and a police lookout alert sent out only hours earlier in the day, the Sifrits would have only faced burglary and theft charges. And worse, they would be free to kill again.
do you believe they had an appetite to kill?
I do. I believe if they weren't stopped on this one, there were definitely more to come.
Erika had told us, of course, that Benjamin did it. And that's where she came up as the innocent, abused wife with this crazy monster that's killing and dismembering people.
In this so-called audio confession to cops, Erika plays the frightened witness to the killings.
He has SEAL friends. I definitely would not want him to know that I was here talking to you. And if I go up and testify, and for some reason you guys don't get him locked up, my family will end up like Joshua and Jeannie.
Dead.
Erika recounts how she says her husband Benjamin killed Joshua Ford in their penthouse bathroom.
He made them strip at gunpoint, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, had no idea what's going on. And he told me that Josh said, I was in the Army, you were in the Navy, why are you doing this, why are you doing this? And BJ said that he looked at him in the face and he said, see you later, he shot him in the head.
Cops aren't buying her tangled tales one bit. They know she was in the thick of it. She was the one conducting the carnage.
Jeannie would not been shot yet.
She was just whimpering and she curled up in a ball, and he missed her the first time. And the second time, he hit her right here.
For the record, she's gesturing at her left chest.
She had curled up behind Joshua's body. I feel like I'm getting like really panicked.
Do you need to take a break?
I'm okay.
All right.
BJ told me she was just whimpering like a baby.
Erika acts like she is appalled at all the gore.
What do you see in the bathroom?
It looks like a bad horror film. There's blood completely soaked everywhere. There are spots that if you stepped, it would splash. There were puddles of blood.
And while Benjamin was butchering the bodies in the tub,
I'm laying downstairs and I'm like curled up on the couch, just petrified, and I hear him say, "Come up here." I go up there and he's like, "Take my picture," and he's holding their heads.
Josh's head in one hand and Jeannie's head in the other hand, and wants you to take his picture.
And what was he wearing?
Nothing.
each pointed a finger at the other at their separate trials. The disgraced Navy SEAL claimed he was napping in their Jeep while the carnage unfolded. In the end, Erika was sentenced to life plus 20 years. Benjamin was handed just 38 years because he was never convicted in Joshua's death. The jury believed Erika killed him.
I think she's the mastermind behind all this. I think, he was the muscle. He did what she asked, and he took care of business, if you will. But she was the cause of all the drama.
I believe Ben and Erika were caught at the beginning of what were going to be probably a serial killing couple.
The Sifrit's marriage was certainly forged in hell.
What is your hope for their families?
Well, you obviously hope that they don't have pain, but they think about them every day. They have to. I would. So, but and speaking for the dead, it's not an easy thing to do. So, we did our best.
7 years after their conviction, apparently this killer couple had enough of one another. Benjamin divorced Erika while behind bars. Now he's eligible for parole in 2021, and Erika will be eligible for parole in 2024.